on the news.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto, if you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sus on replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she wanted like me cause her like she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
Yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up then, in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as they match up with Jared Goff in the NFC champion LA Rams. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. A few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Now had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle. And a peek now at the offense for Tampa Bay.
Peyton Barber had his best year running the football in 2018, and he was 9th in the league last year in rushing attempts. The only issue, yards per carry. Total yards under 900. New head coach Bruce Arians, he believes he can improve his efficiency.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. That's going to be caught by Aldrick Robinson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit. That was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer 1st. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now...
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
After the missed kick, they're in a really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. And pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Heading back out there, a look at Peyton Barber. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. To throw again on second down. Winston, 4 yards the pickup, first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. It's Barber. A gain of 4 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down. Jameis now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now Winston. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Off the play fake, Winston looking downfield for Godwin, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it?
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, 2 teams. Well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Check. Super one.
Now Goff on first down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Winston. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Barber. And he'll be taken down, but 19 yards at a Buccaneer first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. There's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Jameis to throw it. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Barber. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion. or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Let's go, D.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Goff now looks to throw. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Now this throw caught left side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. Powers through. Darian Stewart there to bring him down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. 3rd and 2, Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Goff. And he's going to go down again. Vita Vea. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Well, the D brought the house, they called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback, no chance on that 4th down. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Winston leaves it with Barber on the draw. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Here's Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Winston now. He's got Evans. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has.
On 2nd and 2, Winston, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Aldrick Robinson, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11, torn ACL, out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his second NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury. Goff throwing complete to Kupp. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Nothing in that first half. Nothing on the last drive. But they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the gun. Here's Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Escaping, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. 3rd and long. It's Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Go, go.
45, 45. Mike, 45.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up first and goal.
Yeah, it's some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. Now Goff on 3rd and goal.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Hey, wahoo! Defense wins championships, baby. 54 is Mike. 54.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses. They just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And he's got room. There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, LA.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover force, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick 6, 4th quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives him the lead. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Samson Ebukam in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field. Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Returnable for Grant. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Rams to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now it's Goff. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is gone. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Grant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run, it's Gurley. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Check. Watch 54.
Now gone. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's gone. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. And other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
No gain on the play there. Second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And the reinforcements come in. Great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Los Angeles, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need.